Okay. Well guys, this is it. Welcome to the review for the brand new Lego Bionicle gift with purchase set number 40581, Bionicle Tahu and Takua. This is a free promo that you get when you spend $100 on select Lego themes, and it's running from January 27th through February 9th. This is an exciting time for Bionicle fans, and today I just want to share my thoughts on the new promo. And I've even got a special guest today, Onua.
Hello.
I unfortunately don't have the original Tahu here for reference, so I had to settle for him. But it kind of works out great because most of the original Toa Mata were similarly built, with a few modifications here and there. And Onua also shares the exact same mask as a little someone who found his way into this set. All right, so let's get started here and first talk.
This is so exciting. I can't wait.
No. You don't talk. This is not a talking thing for you. You just sit there as a prop, and then I'll probably reference you every once in a while.
Oh, okay.
Okay, cool. All right, so anyway, I first wanted to start by talking about the box art.
I don't talk at all during the whole thing?
No, you don't talk at all during the whole thing. And if you talk again, I'm gonna put you back up on the shelf where you've been sitting for the last 7 years collecting dust, huh? Okay, so I want to rewind the clock a bit to whenever I first built the set and just sort of show what the whole unboxing experience was like. The designers for the box just knocked it out of the park by faithfully recreating the original canister designs that we saw back in 2001. The original Bionicle logo is seen on several sides of the box here, and the back of the box has great images for each character. It's got a nice breakdown of Tahu, and then a really cool render of the whole display with Takua riding on Tahu's back. And now a moment of silence for some ASMR unboxing. So the first thing I noticed was the instruction manual. I know it's old news that Lego recently changed the look of their instruction manual covers to look dumber. I mean simpler and more uniform. But this is the first set I built with this new redesign, and honestly I kind of dig it for this set. I feel like the minimal white background with the Bionicle logo set in the middle really adds to the whole tribute feel of this set. It's really nice. Inside the first page is a really cool picture of the set with the classic Bionicle poster image of the How and Mata Nui in the background. I really wish they included like a mini poster version of this like they used to do. And on the next page is a really nice letter from the author of many Bionicle stories, Greg Farsty? ASMR break! Breaking news, this set comes with an egg. That's a hot commodity right now. Okay, so now let's talk about the build. So right off the bat, you'll notice this is a system build and not the traditional Technic / Bionicle piece build that, you know, Bionicle was known for back in the day. It's a real shame that we weren't able to get something like that, but unfortunately the way Lego operates as a company, the designers of this set were not able to bring back any of these old pieces since the molds have been destroyed and are long gone. And Lego wouldn't spend the money to recreate those molds just for this gift with purchase set. So we got a system style build, and I actually really enjoyed this because I've always been curious as to what a system version of Bionicle would look like and what it would be like to build. The use of the mixel joints were nice, and I thought that Takua especially had some clever ways of building up the whole torso and connecting the limbs. It's very different from the old style of Technic and Bionicle pieces, but at the same time there was a hint of familiarity as I was building. I think this is attributed to how well the essence of each character is captured. I think for the small budget and the fact that 98% of these pieces have never been used on an official Bionicle set, the designers managed to capture the aesthetic and iconic look of these characters. The build isn't trying to be the old Bionicle or even be a Generation 3, but a small displayable tribute to the theme as a whole. Now, I want to take a moment and talk about the masks. So first, I'll just get it out of the way and say that I really wish that the designers would have been allowed to create at least 2 new molds just for the masks. I just can't quite get over the blocky nature of the masks. And I feel like if they were just given that extra step of creating 2 new molds, this would have really tied the whole thing together. But it's not all bad though. I do really like the prints that they added onto these masks. The prints are phenomenal, and I think that they captured the look of the masks really well. I especially love that if you turn them just at the right angle in the light, you could see the outline around their eyes reflect. And they probably did that on purpose to represent the glow that their eyes had behind their masks. But overall, I'm really happy with the final look of this set. It was a lot of fun to put together. I think each character does a really good job at showing what their old counterparts used to look like. All the little details were really nice, like putting on the back of each head a little transparent colored piece to represent the old eye pieces. On Tahu specifically, they have these two little black hinge pieces that represent his shoulders that he had on the old set. This really nice, these really nice chi slope pieces that come down the side of his arm. And then even the stand itself has some really nice lava details going on here. And overall, it's a great tribute to the original theme. I think it wonderfully captures the original Toa and Takua, specifically the version of Takua from the Matanui online game. You know, this is a character that was never created in a physical set form. You know, we had the Takua from the Mask of Light movie, but he had a whole completely different look to him. I personally never played the game, but I understand that it plays a huge role in the whole Bionicle story, and a lot of fans know Takua from that game. So the last thing I want to talk about is just the posability of these characters. The posability is off the charts. I had a blast just posing Tahu and Takua in a bunch of different poses just to see what they would look like. And I think that really elevates the idea of this being a display piece. Because since there's so much flexibility in the way you can pose the characters, you know, this gives you the option beyond just setting it on your shelf and then that's it. Every once in a while, you could change up the way that they're posed and just give them a different, unique look. And then I almost forgot to mention this little side build. This is the first thing that you build, and it's supposed to represent the stones of Matanui and Makuta. In the stories, the Toraga, the elders, would use the stones as visual representations of Matanui and Makuta and tell the story of Matanui just absolutely being destroyed by Makuta. I like the representation, but the build itself is so small and it's not really at all a part of the set as a whole. Like, you're able to put Takua on the back of Tahu and sort of turn this into one display piece. But then this little side build is still just sort of here. I like its inclusion and I like what it represents, but that's about as far as it goes, and I feel like eventually it'll just end up in the box. So I think that about wraps up everything on this set. Of course, I'm sure after this I'm gonna remember like 10 other things I wanted to say about this.
Okay, yeah, there was something else that I forgot I wanted to mention. Just things that I thought were cool in the way Tahu was built. I really liked the use of these gray clips here with the little black bar in the middle. It does a really good job of representing just the texture and color that was there on the old Tahu set, because I think there was like, you know, you had the gears and the axles in that area. And then of course I really like the use of this black piece here with these two black handles. I don't know the name of the piece, but it's just a really nice simple use of this piece. Okay, I think that's about it.
Overall, I really enjoyed building this set. I just think that this is a great tribute to the theme as a whole, and it does a great job at reinventing the way a Bionicle set is made, while still capturing the iconic look of these characters. Because it was a gift with purchase set though, I feel like it was kind of brought down in a few ways just because of the rules attached to it being a gift with purchase. You know, like I said earlier, the designers were only allowed 2 printed pieces. They weren't allowed to create any new molds. And these are all things that I feel like just could have really brought this to the next level. But again, with what the designers were able to do, I thought that they captured Bionicle as a theme really well, and we'll see what the future holds. You know, I don't really know if I see them using this as like a new generation if they were to ever release Bionicle in a system form. I feel like they would probably expand on it a little bit, probably make it a little bit bigger, but I guess we'll just have to see if anything like that ever happens. All right, so if you've watched this video all the way up until this point, I just have to say thank you so much. I know these past few videos aren't like what I used to do, you know, I used to do more like sketch comedy type videos on this channel. So if you're someone who subscribed all the way back then when I used to upload those types of videos, don't worry. This is the very last video that I'm going to make on this set. But we got more Lego content coming, baby. Woo!
It's a new day. Ride in the storm like a new wave. Shake, shake, shake. Move it to the beat now. Got the heat now, deep down, we know.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Bye-bye. Wait, no.